some noise one time, man. We in here, man. Y'all look good from the front to the back, man. Your big brother K-Rino is in the building. Let's rock it, man. I see you. I see y'all. All my family in the corner. I see y'all back there, man. All along the wall. My family up front. All in the building, man. It's your boy K-Rino, man. Southpaw Coalition is in the house, man. And we certified like this. Check it. Put your peace sign up one time, yeah. Give me that peace sign up one time, yeah. Make it bounce like this one time, yeah. Keep it bouncing like that one time, yeah. We certified in this building, man.
First question is, how do you think Donald Trump won the election against Hillary Clinton?
How do I think he won it? I mean, I think that there was a lot of people in the United States of America who reflect his thinking. His thinking reflects the thinking of a lot of people in America, you know, particularly a lot of white people in America. So, I mean, I know they went out and supported him. A lot of the white women who actually voted for Obama in the last election voted for Trump in this election. So, you know, he got a lot of that demographic to go out and support him. Now, there may be other elements behind the scenes that contributed to him getting in, but that's something I don't know or I'm qualified to speak on.
All right, so the next one is, what do you think the legacy is going to be like the next 4 years of Donald Trump?
I mean, if he does everything that he says he's going to do, it's going to be a legacy of destruction for the United States of America, because his mentality towards, I wouldn't even call it policy, I would just say his mentality towards handling certain affairs as it relates to foreign and domestic affairs is not in the best interest of the country, in the best interest of the people as a whole. So it could be detrimental based on the way that he carries himself. So I mean, the legacy could go in either direction. If he comes to his senses and decides to say, well, you know what, you know, I'm going to do this thing in a way that's conducive to all citizens, then America can be spared. But if he moves forward in the manner that we think he's going to move forward, then this place could be totally different in 4 years, straight up, and not in a good way.
What do you think about a lot of black people saying, especially celebrities, talking about moving to Canada after he won? What do you think?
I mean, I think a lot of people are just upset because they were more disappointed, not necessarily in Trump, they were disappointed in the mind frame of the people who voted for him, because a lot of black people were disillusioned to the thinking of a lot of the racist people in America. So they felt like they were surprised when a lot of that thinking started to manifest itself. But moving to Canada, running out to Canada, that's not going to solve anything or cure any ills, man. I mean, you can't run from the condition of your people. And on the same token, man, Trump's election could be a blessing for black people if we understood it in that way. Because for years we haven't been unified, for years we haven't pooled our resources, for years we've fought against each other, and all of the things that we've done within our own community have been the main reason why we haven't been advancing as a people. So that falls on us. So now here comes an individual like a Donald Trump who says he's going to do all these different things, and a lot of the things that he seems to talk about seem to be racially motivated. Then that's going to light a fire under us, whether we want it to be lit under us or not, to unify and come together out of necessity. Because if we don't do it on our own and we're slow to react on our own, then sometimes God creates circumstances that cause us to react in a faster way. So if you look at it from that angle, his election could be a blessing for black people, but to run or to threaten to run, to move to another country, it speaks to dissatisfaction, but it also speaks to a fear that you have that, look, well, this person is gonna do this and do. You shouldn't have any fear. You shouldn't be afraid of what an elected individual does or potentially will do. You shouldn't fear that. If you're in line with God and in line with unifying with your people, then you should be good.
So do you think Hillary Clinton did a better job of doing a better job than Trump?
Nah, I mean, Hillary Clinton and Trump, that was like Satan or the devil, who you want to vote for, plain and simple. I mean, in many aspects, Hillary would have been more dangerous than Trump, because the one thing that a lot of people, even black people, give Trump credit for is that at least he's a straight shooter. So you always want to know what you're dealing with. And in Hillary, most times you didn't even know, because she's a chameleon. She just blends in and says whatever it is she feels you want to hear, whatever crowd she's speaking to at the time. So she's more dangerous. She's more deceptive. She's more wicked, because she'll smile in your face and shake your hand and kiss your baby. Then as soon as you leave, she plotting to cut your throat. So, I mean, we had a time in history in America to where if you related to prophecy, you related to scripture, we at the time of the end anyway for this civilization, you know. So when you think about that, when you read about the mystery of Babylon in the Bible, it's talking about none other than the United States of America. So we at that time, and the book prophesies that this nation was going to be destroyed, then at some point, the circumstances have to come together to bring that into motion if the people don't divert the prophecy. Prophecy is not a guarantee. Prophecy is always something that's put out there with a stipulation based on if the people make the right moves to change it, or if those who are in power humble themselves and stop oppressing the people. In this particular case, black people have been oppressed for the 400 plus years we've been in this country. So now it's like building up a tab at a bar. You built up this tab for months and months and months. Sooner or later, you're gonna come to the bar and want to get a drink, and you're gonna say, hey, man, you gotta pay your tab. America is at a point now where they gotta pay their tab for all the injustice that they commit against the black, the brown, the red, and even among themselves. So all that's built up, and God is watching and judging. So now you see the weather patterns in different parts of the country. Minister Farrakhan is so on time with what he teaches and what he speaks about in relation to America and the destruction that's at hand. So, I mean, it's up to us to really just get out the way and unify with each other and try to make sure that we have a place for ourselves, because the things that we're seeing now don't compare to the things that we're gonna see. You see the police brutality, you see the injustices, you see how the court system slaps murdering police on the wrist. But that's just the beginning. So, because when God starts putting his judgment on it, you're gonna see things we never saw in our lifetime, like famine. You know, when there's no food, when you can't go to HEB and get a basket and make some groceries. So you start to see these different elements fall in place. You start to see crazy weather patterns taking place. You know, so I mean, we at that time, man. We at that time, but we can't have fear of any elected official and what he's gonna do. We have to focus more on what we'll do, and we won't even know that they there.
So one more question. Mr. 3-2 recently passed. What do you feel about that?
I mean, it was unfortunate, man. I mean, you're talking about a brother who was there in the beginning and the rap scene in this city. You know, like Klondike Kat just walked up on the scene. He's over here off camera, but come over here real quick, Kat. Like, this a man who been here from the beginning in this city. 3-2 was in that same vein. You know, we all around the same age group. So you talking about, when I think of,
Chris.
No question. When I think about 3-2, it's one thing that come to my mind. He was affiliated at one point with every major clique in the city. He was with Southpaw Coalition at one point. He was with Rap-A-Lot. He was with Screwed Up Clique. He's been in all those circles, UGK, he's weaved through all those circles. So he was like, man, like a thread that just connected everything together, man. And it was unfortunate, you know, how he met his demise, man. But again, it speaks to the disunity that we have as a people, because it's hard. Minister Farrakhan said we fight the war on two fronts. It's hard to fight against injustices and police brutality on one front, then we got to stop that fight to turn around and fight the second front, which is us killing us. So, I mean, you know, he's a legend. He's one of the individuals who we want to make sure he's always remembered. But we getting to a point, man, where we got to become fed up with putting our homeboys and our legends on T-shirts and making RIP songs and all that. We got to get to the point where we stop doing it, man, straight up. I don't know if Kat got anyone in to say anything on that, but it's all good.
You know, man, you know, like Kay said, man, you know, we was here in the beginning, man, when, you know, everybody told us, hey, man, you got to go to New York. You want to make something of yourself, you got to go to LA, you got to go to Cali. And we was the ones, man, that planted our feet in the ground in the H and said, you know what, we're going to go not only block to block, but we're going to jump in these vans and these cars and whatever we need to do, and we're going to go city to city and make these people know us. You know, and like Kay said, man, you know, 3-2 was one of the ones that was right there in the beginning, laid the groundwork. You know, there's only a few, man, that was the seeds, and I always say the seeds that grew the trees for these cats to be even today, you know what I mean? So, and I mean, even before UGK, 3-2 was here.
Right.
When Scarface wasn't even a ghetto boy.
Yep.
Prince Johnny C was the ghetto boy. And Bushwick was, you know, a stage person that did, you know, a lot of stage stuff and, you know, kept it crump for everybody. So I'm talking about from the beginnings of the original ghetto boys, even before the convicts.
Yeah.
You know, 3-2 was here, man. So that's just a little history for you, man. And like you say, Kay said, man, you know, we got to, it goes beyond just saying, you know, making these rest in peace songs and you know, putting them on T-shirts, man. You know, we gotta unify and show homage, man, to the brothers that paved the way. You know what I'm saying? And appreciate them dudes while they still here, man. You know what I mean? And you know, hey, just keep showing the love, man. The love amongst each other, man, and show that our city. That's how the thread becomes a blanket.
And do that, and like Kat say, do it while we're here, because this is the pattern. A brother out here grinding, doing this music all his career, all his life, and never receiving the love from the local radio stations and different entities that are in positions to elevate them to greater heights, to where they may not have to go and do other things that are outside of themselves that may put them in a position where they may go to jail or get strung out on drugs. So then something happens to the brother, and the first thing that happened, 97.9 want to play his music all day that day. Why weren't you playing it before then? You know, so now if you was playing it before then, now his family may have a little stronger publishing check, depending on the business side of it, to where it would be more able to support and have a legacy for his people after he's gone. See, so I mean, it's so much hypocrisy in the city by the individuals who so-called are in those positions. You know, that's why, you know, I'm always ride with the underground, you know, because we hold each other up. We hold each other up. We the ones who make this thing work and operate, and we don't need those entities to validate us. We can do this on our own, you know, and if we do it on our own and support our own, then we can have just as much as anybody with the so-called machine behind them. So shout out to 3-2, One Love, and the goal now is prevention. You know, we want to have preemptive movements and preemptive activities to keep the next 3-2 from happening. You see what I'm saying? That's the goal. You know, we need to have preemptive goals and activities to keep the next act of police brutality from happening. So all these things we doing, we reaching out to the city. We trying to work with the city. We trying to work with the mayor to make sure that at the end of the day, man, we tie this thing together, man, straight up. That's it. Oh, shout out, man. Hold on, man. I gotta holler at my homie Water, man. Turn the camera around to my homie Water. And my homie, hey, man, you gotta come in the camera. Cause this whole interview, he been standing here with no shirt on, man, no sleeves on, man. It's a bad man right here, man. Oh my gosh, man. I'm freezing now.
I'm just listening to these OGs. I'm just listening to these OGs, you know what I'm saying? Trying to start dropping raps, listening to these OGs, spit that knowledge. I spit that knowledge too, but they might not get respected. But when somebody that hold a hand with a hard swing, speak it, you gonna respect it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Mac Young, all my homies in the building, man, you know. We in this thing, man. The new generation, man. We all in this thing together. See, that's the thing. We bridging them gaps.
Oh shit,
you know,
go.
we ain't caught up in that. I'm coming too, little bro. I'll be in there a second to check you out. We bridging the gaps between the generations. You know what I'm saying? We ain't caught up in the old rapper, young rapper blast. We gonna support them just like they support us, man. When these artists walk up to us, they see people like Kat. They always say, "Oh, what's up, OG? What's up?" But I'm gonna give them the same respect back that they give me. You know, ain't no big eyes and little U's, man. We in this thing together, because best believe, however much we able to teach them from our experience, they able to teach us based on what's going on now. Because that's where a lot of the older artists make mistakes. They get too high and mighty in their position from being from the old school that they think they know everything. It ain't nothing else for me to learn. That's where you messed up at, you know what I'm saying?
Like so forever learning.
Always learning. So my youngsters, man, wherever I meet them at, I bow down and I give them respect, because they keep us relevant, and I learn from them just like they learn from me. And that's how it's gonna be.
I say in the verse, I say old niggas hate young niggas getting that dough. I just incorporate them young thugs and we get more.
Right, come on. You heard that from Klondike Kat, man. One love, family.
Yes, sir.
And I'm finna go in here right now and check out one of the young homies. Say, man, don't leave till you hear me. So I'm finna keep my word straight up, man.
As he always.
Respect. B. One love, bro. Thank y'all.
Cause your image is childish. Makes me wanna beat the hell out of you and your stylist. Police can't even stop me when I'm doing my damage. Read the piece out of your head, go fry me your fist savage. I'm the swag killer, the swag killer. I'm the swag killer, the swag killer. I'm the swag killer, the swag killer. I'm the rapper cap killer, everybody bag killer. I'm the swag killer, swag killer. I'm the swag killer, the swag killer. I'm the swag killer, swag killer. I'm the rapper cap killer, everybody bag killer. Hold on. Stop it, man. How y'all feeling? Y'all good? Y'all love yourself? Oh, okay. I thought y'all might have been a little. No. That's what I couldn't even get it out. She like, fly, don't even say it, homeboy. That's what I'm talking about. Self-love. Y'all scared of Donald Trump? If you're scared of Donald Trump, you don't believe in God. Plain and simple. Because it ain't nothing that he can do to you unless God allow it to cause it. But when we come together and unify and do for ourselves, then that unity is more powerful than an atomic bomb, and can't nothing stop us. We just gotta unite. We gotta stop killing each other first. And once we stop doing that, we'll stop these police officers from killing us. We'll get rid of all of the negative activity in our community. And overnight, we'll fix this thing up. I got an organization called ARC. It stands for Artists Respecting Community. And anybody, any rapper, singer, producer, videographer, radio DJ, club DJ that want to be a part of it, y'all are more than welcome, because all we do is meet up and we educate each other on the business Because one thing we gotta understand as artists, God gave all of us the talent to make records, to get on stage and perform. That's natural, that's God-given. But if we don't learn the business, somebody else gonna make the money off of your talent. And not only are they gonna make the money off of your talent, they gonna feed their family now, in the next generation, the next generation, the next, all the way down the line, because that's what publishing do. I'm gonna say that again, that's what publishing do. If you're an artist and you don't have your publishing in order, get that together first. Because one song can pay you for the rest of your life. Y'all ever seen that commercial, that Toyota commercial where Charlie go on there, I look good, I look good. That's publishing. You ever been to a basketball game and a song, a rap song, a Drake song come on? That's publishing. When you hear it on the radio, when you hear a song in a movie, that's publishing. That's only one aspect of it. So I'm just giving my public service announcement in the middle of my set because I've been doing this a long time and I'm still learning the game. So all these artists that's up here tonight performing, y'all are way younger than me. Some of y'all young enough to be my children. So I want to keep y'all from making some same mistakes that I made. Business first. Get on top of your business. Don't let nobody sell you a dream. They come in to these record labels, say, man, I can sign you, I give you this. They can give you $10,000. If you've never had that kind of money before, you think that's a lot of money, but it really ain't. It could be $100,000. So get your business hand strong and your career will be long. Let's go, man. I just had to say that, man. Let's keep it going. I execute words that shoot, ripping your shirt loose. Your baby mama's bare feet look like work boots. The fireproof, not a guy that you should try and coach. My skills are more horrifying than a flying roach. One swing gave that head about 50 knots. My shine is hard to block like the whiskey shot. If you were smart, you get out this place. Cause it's about to get ugly like Donatello Versace's face. You say you deep on that mic, well I beg to differ. I heard your flow, you more trifling than a pregnant stripper. If K-Rino is gone, the garbage, I'll mow the lawn. You so boring, you can make a dude in a coma yawn. It's been a while since I let my pen break a folder. But like a fool who lost 100 pounds, the wait is over. You say you're deep, but your flow older than Abe Vigoda. I'll put your ass in the face with a case of soda. When I step up on the stage and gotta pay K. Let me find out you around and talking about watch me whip and watch me nay-nay. And all that BS that you write ain't excite me. And by the way, I don't play Candy Crush, so damn it, stop inviting me. Let's go, DJ.
That's a good way to look at it.
What? I'm just telling you.
We have